guys, so today I am gonna review Hotel de Luna episode 1. Now I know I'm late, I know it's way over and it's just finished airing in Korea, but sorry, I was busy at work and our internet here in the Philippines sucks, so I can't binge watch it because I'm pissed at the loading, and if I download it, it takes forever and our internet sucks. Anyway, so I just watched the first episode like a few days ago and I'm gonna review it now. So I have my notebook here and we're gonna review Hotel de Luna episode 1. Now if you haven't watched it, please go watch it first because this is gonna be a spoiler thingy and you might think, oh, but I'm warning you, this is gonna be a spoiler. I'm gonna share everything, every thought, every scene that I've watched, and we're gonna discuss it. Okay? Okay. First off, we see Manuel, Ayu, is looking for the guest house for the dead since she killed so many. Now this is where basically everything starts. She said that she's gone through a lot, and she did actually, and she's searching for the place where she could actually be she could give what those dead souls, I guess, what they wanted, because well, maybe she felt bad. She was in really a bad shape at the time. And can I just talk about the technical side, because I love how everything was shotted from the first part where she was just walking and I was like, this is Ayu and something's wrong with her. Like, you know something's wrong with her. You just feel it. And the way that she walks in this empty space with nothing around her, just field, makes me wonder what she did and what happened to her. Why is she in that place? And well, we got the answers, because she saw an old lady who seems to sell food and drinks. That's how I describe it. But she hated the drink and hated that old lady is chatty. So this is the scene where she was drinking and the lady was so chatty and she's like, shut up, and she was asking her about the location of this guest house, and which is for the dead. And well, the lady said that you have to be dead in order to go to that place, because once you're dead you would be drawn to that place. And when you will see the part where she was like, do I have to kill myself and stuff, and then she would hear while she was talking to that old lady, you would hear a bunch of horses running, and then she just has her sword ready, and then later on you'd figure it out that it's just a bunch of ghosts. And then you would realize that later on the lady told her that with the intense scene, like I think there was a bit of symbolism in this scene, because right after that happened she saw a tree and the tree ate her sword, and then somehow it built this guest house that she was looking for. And the old lady said that finally the guest house has a new owner. I'm guessing it's Manuel, who's the new owner of this guest house for the dead. So yeah, and we now realize that maybe this is a punishment towards what she's done for what she did, and she lives for a long time. So 1998, we'll see as to how the hotel has progressed and the changes in it as well. It's different from the previous one, which is like just a simple house. But Manuel, we would see that Manuel peeked through the window and saw that it's the full moon, which means that they would be welcoming dead people. So I guess full moon is very symbolic in this. We see a dad and a son who was near the Han River, and they were talking, and the dad felt bad for his son because he wasn't able to provide him what he wanted for his birthday, which is sad if you're a kid and you wanted a birthday gift and your dad can't provide it for you. We see the old lady, the one who was serving Manuel in the first scenes, the first part of the episode. she was there handing out flowers, and she talked to the son, telling him that he's fortunate and blah blah blah. And then she saw the dad and she judged him by saying, "Oh, you're very unfortunate and you have a fortunate son." That's weird. And the old man, I mean the dad, the dad kept on rejecting her because he doesn't want to buy he doesn't want to buy her flowers, and the lady doesn't seem like she's selling the flowers, and she figured it's the son's birthday, so she's like, maybe have a flower for your birthday as a gift. And the son was like, you don't have to buy me one, you can pick one for me and I'd be happy with that. So cut to the part where we saw someone running and a bunch of policemen is chasing that person, and then we realized it was the dad. He stole something and he ran away. He fell on the stairs, and I thought for me, if you fall like that, you're gonna die. Like, you're definitely gonna die. But in his case, he stood up. He thought he was okay. And then he stood up, he ran away, he saw Hotel de Luna, he hid there. Okay, so he hid there, and so when he saw how fancy the hotel was, he was like, do I need to look proper for this? So before entering, he fixed his shoes, and then he saw like someone pass by who's dripping, and that lady walked in, and then he just watched what was happening. And if you can see inside, the guy in the front desk was interviewing the dead girl, asking her the time of her death, how many days she died, and a bunch of questions. And then he was like, okay, I'll show you to your room. So they went upstairs, and then he saw how they went in, he saw the elevator, so he followed through how it happened. And when he got there, he saw how beautiful the place was, and he sat down. When he sat down, he was like talking to the lady that he just saw, the dripping lady, and he's like, so do you think they're gonna ask me to pay just for like sitting down here? And she's like, I don't know, this is my first time as well. So you're like, you just want to tell him that that place is for the dead and he's in the wrong place, but then you're guessing maybe he is semi-dead. Like, is that possible? I don't know, but he is kind of semi-dead. I'm not sure. Anyway, so the ghost lady saw that he's bleeding, and she was like, are you okay? You have blood there by your ear. And he's like, I think I need to go. And then he ran, and then the staff saw him, and then the oldest staff said that he is not supposed to be there. If he stayed there longer, he will really die, and that would be bad. Or if Manuel saw him, I mean, he's gonna literally die. So what happened is, while he was roaming around, hiding, he saw a vase with a snake on it. And of course, since he's a thief, as to the reason as to why he fell down the stairs, we see that he tried to get it, but then he regretted it. He placed it down, and then we see the snake go alive. When that happened, I thought that when that happened, I thought that the spider. Oh, I'm so sorry. When that happened, I thought that the snake was somehow like, what do you call this? Like, I thought the snake was a surveillance camera, like a magical surveillance camera, but then it's not. So it followed him through, and then he passed by to that old tree that we first saw in the very first scene, where the one that ate Manuel's sword. So we saw that, and he saw a flower. He picked out the flower, and lo and behold, he was caught by Manuel, which is, whoa, like, oh my gosh, he's gonna die. So what's happening is that the Manuel was like, so you're not supposed to be here. So we're guessing the old man, the old dude was right, because he doesn't really belong there. So what happened is they made a deal. They made a deal that he would be alive for his son, but after 20 years he needs to give his son to her as a worker of some sort. Now that happened, and well, Manuel also figured that he stole that snake. I mean that vase. He tried to steal it. So yeah, it's just like, it's cool that something like that happens. I wish that could happen in real life. Like, he's tried to steal from me, so you know. So after 21 years, we see that the son, Chansung, returned from Korea because, well, his dad advised him to stay away from Korea for 20 years, since the deal was after 20 years he would work for Hotel de Luna. And then they were like, okay, so he went back to Korea and he accepted the job that was offered to him in one of those fancy hotels. And he's like, and the interviewer asked him, why did you reject our offer last year? And he's like, well, my dad is a myth. And he asked him about the details, like about that hotel, which of course alive humans won't know about. So he was like thinking that since that person who works in a big fancy hotel doesn't know what it is, it means that it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, you know? So he's like, okay, I'll just work here. I'll be fine. I'll be okay. I won't, you know? So, when he was about to go to his office to check his things out, the guy was like, oh, I didn't know it was your birthday. There's a flower. There's a gift sent for you. And he's like, is it a flower? And then he got scared because he thought that he broke the curse or something. So he didn't. So he's like, he saw the flower, and then he saw that there's a letter there. It says Hotel de Luna. I like it. So fancy. Anyway, so he saw it there and he told him the instructions that he starts work the next day. And he needs to go to this place. I forgot. I'm just gonna type it down here because I'm dumb and stupid. Anyway, the deal that his dad made with Manuel is real. That he needs to work there. So he was on his way to the train station. He threw the flower on the trash. He walked inside the train, and we see him go inside this wagon that is empty. And Manuel was sitting down there. Beside her is the gift. And then they were talking. Basically, I'll just wrap it up. What they talked about is Ayu gave him a year off, and he's asking her to leave him alone. And which of course didn't happen. So he just, since he rejected the flower, she gave him a different gift by giving him the sight to see ghosts. And she didn't even warn him about it. So on his way out of the train, he remembered what his dad told him, that he needs to run away and never look back, which he did. So he immediately packed his bag, his luggage, placed his passport there, and he was on his way out. And he saw this lady. He was waiting for a taxi, and he saw this lady, and he basically said, hey, this is my taxi. I got here first. Didn't you see me? And then the ghost was like, no, I did not. And then she removed her shades, and we saw a hole there, and he ran. He freaking ran away. And it's so funny. One of the funniest thing I've seen. It's like, I feel so bad for him. Like, I mean, he's stupid because he kept on screaming. If he just stopped screaming, the lady won't find him. I mean, come on, she's blind. How could she see you? Anyway, so while that was happening, Manuel followed them because, well, she knew what she did. So she followed him, and she told him to shut up, which she did. And the girl was gone. And then they ate at this place, and they talked about a bunch of things like, what did you give me? Could you please bring me back to what I normally am? And she's like, not listening to him. So at that point we see the a man outside. Now I forgot to say this because that man was responsible for that dripping lady who died. So when the dripping lady died, before she died, she asked Man Wolf for a favor, that she doesn't want the authorities to have that guy caught. Yeah, and so she did it, and she was paid in diamonds. And then that happened. After she shotted him, his life was miserable because he did something wrong. And since he realized who she was the one who shotted him. When they were immediately, they were outside of the restaurant, the guys instantly hurted her with the metal, and she just sat there and just like, like she looked so weak. But then I felt like what happened was, I feel like, is that she feels the pain. She knows it hurts, but she will not die. I think that's one of her punishments, I guess, for what she did wrong, which we don't know yet because they did not explain it yet. But I felt like she killed a lot of people because there's a small flashback of that. So I'm curious as to why she is the new owner, what is the criteria, and etc, and what she really is. Anyway, so when that happened, Chan Sung saw that and he felt bad because he's a very weak person. Like, not weak, I would say, because it was in the subtitles, but he was a very kind-hearted guy. And I love that. I don't know why. I just love when kind people help each other, or help other people, because, we need more positivity. Anyway, so he went there and he's like, are you okay? Do you need help? And then she's like, you know what? If you want to run away, just go. Don't come back. And then he ran. He left his luggage and he ran away. And I was thinking, that's stupid. But if he didn't do that, there would be no story. So when he ran away, he went back with a cart. And he was like, I'll bring you to the hospital and blah, blah, blah. I'll help you, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, it's too late. You came back, so you're gonna work for me. And then she stood up, removed the metal rod, I would say, and she twisted it around like a magical creature would, and he got scared. Later on, we see that she killed that old man because that is what he deserved. So after that happened, she reminded him that I gave you a chance to run away, but you came back. Now I won't give you a chance anymore. And if you run again next time, I would make sure you're dead. And that is the end of episode 1. Amazing. It was, aesthetically speaking, I want to talk about the technical side because everything was shotted nicely. I don't know if I should get deep into it, but let's just talk about story first. It's a nice flow. We have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions. In fact, I haven't watched it yet. So I'm gonna watch episode 2 sometime this week or this weekend. I don't know. But yeah, I love it. I find it nice. I've been wanting to watch it on the day it was released, but I was busy at work at the time. And now I have more time, so I could watch it and do this again because I've done it before and now I'm doing it again. So I'm excited because, yeah. So if you haven't watched episode 2, or if you have watched episode 2, please don't leave any spoilers down below. Please, I don't want spoilers. Anyway, so if you're starting to watch the episodes just like me and you want to discuss it with someone, please leave some comments down below. Let's talk about it. Or if you have videos to send, I don't know, just put the links down below. I don't know. But yeah, I'm so excited to watch the next episode. I hope the internet doesn't suck anymore. So yeah, we have a lot of questions. What is Man Wolf's real identity? Why is she in that place? We all know that Chan Sung is just trapped there because of his dad. His dad, this... And I wonder what happened to his dad. Is his dad still alive? Is his dad still... Is his dad dead? I don't know. And what will happen now that he's trapped there? Will he resign to the company that he just signed up earlier in that episode? And he would work for her? Let's see what will happen. We'll watch it at episode 2. I'll see you there. And before I forget, I hope your day is better than mine. Please subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. If you want me to be more technical, I could be like that, but it would take forever. But I was a bit technical on some of the sides, but I just love the way Koreans shoot their dramas and their effects. It's just so amazing and advanced, and I love it. I adore it. I mean, I didn't analyze it in that way because I was enjoying the movie. I was enjoying the episode, but I just love how they shoot things, like the way they zoom in, zoom out, and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.